The sheer infinitesimal nature of the multiverse is almost incomprehensible due to the mind-bending possibilities its existence would turn into reality. In our recent video on quantum immortality, we discussed how human consciousness might transcend the multiverse by splitting off at the moment of death. And this means that human beings might live forever, in some form at least. But before death, the multiverse also has huge implications for the way humans live their lives. If each decision you make results in a new branch being formed, this means that everything you could have achieved will be achieved, and that you've already done them. So what's the point? Also, is the branch you're living on now one of the successful ones? Or was there a crucial moment several years ago where a better one split off? Either way, the existence of the multiverse changes humans and indeed all living things from being a single entity into a reality-straddling multiverse organism. So in one reality, your dog must be president. You wouldn't talk to the Russians, would you? No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Such an idea raises some serious questions about free will, though, because if every option you could possibly take is played out somewhere, then your multiverse self has no choice but to experience everything. But the fact remains, you did make a choice in each and every moment of your life, and the reality you're in is a result of that. So it's kinda gratifying to imagine that it is possible to land yourself in a more pleasurable parallel universe, and you can do so via an infinite amount of different choices. Still, don't you sometimes wish you could go back and change the path you've taken? Well, the multiverse says you can, because the grandfather paradox, which prevents time travel, has now been eliminated. If each decision you make creates a new timeline, the decision you made to go back and murder your grandpa and bang your grandma exists in a different universe than the one which resulted in your creation. Hooray! Come here, Grammy, show me some love. But how will this intergenerational relationship work out? Will it stand the test of time? Well, we could find out if we could communicate between parallel universes, as quantum physicist Rainier Plaga believes we can, by making quantum measurements of ions and detecting the ones that splits off into a parallel universe. This would enable us to send and receive binary information between universes. And if we could do that, we may have the greatest reality simulator ever made. We could find out what would happen if we all stopped eating salad, if we nuked the moon, or if we all spoke in nothing but saucy limericks. And all by simply observing the events of the parallel universe in which this crazy reality took place. But there's one thing we may never know, and that's precisely how our own universe came into formation. Because to do so, we need to understand why the fundamental qualities of the universe came into existence in their current state. But if the multiverse exists, then each parallel world may have different physical laws to our own, meaning that there is no reason why our universe is the way it is. It's nothing more than sheer blind luck. And that's not a particularly rewarding answer. Oh well. At least we can pass the time by watching what's happening in that reality where Donald Trump is president. Those guys are in for... Hey. Wait a minute.